I want to share with us today how to draft an off-shoulder using a pattern paper. Drafting with a paper can be very much helpful. Number one, it will help you to economize, like manage your fabric. Secondly, it will help you not to ruin your fabric. Okay, so in this tutorial, we'll be learning how to draft with a paper and off-shoulder. This is my pattern paper, and I have gone ahead to put down some measurements, but I will still explain it later. This is an off-shoulder that we are drafting, and if you watch, this paper is not on fold, as you can see here. And while making an off-shoulder, you can like deduct 3.5 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches. You can subtract it, but mine will be 5 inches. I'll be subtracting 5 inches from this off shoulder, and this baseline will be my starting point. So I'll be subtracting 5 inches from here, and I will go ahead and place my tape this way on the paper to get my half length, which is 19 plus seam allowance. So placing my tape on the vertical line, I'll get my bust measurement, which is 11, my under bust, which is 14.5 inches, waist 17, and the 2 inches for seam allowance. This 2 inches for seam allowance. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do right now is to get my nipple to nipple. My nipple to nipple that I'm working with is 9 inches. Divided by 2 is going to give me 4.5. I will add extra half an inch to it. Is going to be 5 inches. I will place it like so. So I'm going to make this video as easy for a beginner to understand. I'm going to mark that 5 inches down. This is an off shoulder princess that Bustier. Okay, so I have put down the nipple to nipple measurements, but normally this is not how I'm going to do it, but I just want the beginners to understand this tutorial very well. Now on the bust point, you know that I added 5 inches to it. On the bust point is going to remain that 5 inches. Coming to the under bust, on the under bust measurement, I am going to deduct half an inch on it. On this side, I'm going to deduct half an inch from the under bust down to the half length. So it's going to be 5 inches on the bust, 4.5 from the under bust, 4.5 on the waist, and 4.5 on the seam allowance. I'm going to connect it this way. You can see the way I connected it. So this line is of no use. I'm going to cut it out. That is why I am marking it like this. So I have connected. You can see that there is a shape that these have. So on the upper part, which is the chest line, I'm going to add 5.5 inches. I don't know if you understand. On the bust point, I added 5 inches. Then on the chest line, I added 5.5 inches. So I'm going to connect that 5.5 inches from the chest line down to the bust point like this. If you watch closely, you can see how the shape is given. This line is still of no use again. I just wanted it to have this princess that shape look. Now coming to this other side, I'll place my tape this way to get 2.5 inches. I'll mark it from the same allowance to the under bust. It's going to stop at the under bust measurement, 2.5 inches from under bust down to the same allowance. I will mark it like this. Then I'm going to connect it from the bust point to the under bust to get that curvy shape. Watch the way I place my French curve to understand how to curve it out. So I'll connect it from the under bust to the bust point. Now on the upper part, which is the chest line, I'll be going out with 2 inches. You can use 1.5, but I'm making use of 2 inches depending on the size of the person. I will go out with 2 inches and mark I'm going to use my French curve to connect it from the chest line to the bust point. Please, if you don't know how to take an accurate body measurement, I have it here. You can go ahead and watch so that you'll not be surprised on how to take these body measurements. Okay, now you can see that the cup is having shape already, and you can see how our dart legs looks like. The next step is to take our body measurement. I'll put down my bust measurement, divide by 4. We all know how to do that. I'll mark, then I'll be adding 2 inches allowance. Please pay attention from this under bust. I am going to place my tape this way on this dart line and get the measurement that I have there. Then I'm going to pass it through to and place it on the new dart leg here. You can see the way I am placing. I have 4 inches on the other side, and I bring it to this line and put down my measurements, then adding my same allowance. I will do the same thing. Watch the way I am doing it. I have about 4.2 inches here. I'll put it to this side. I'll place that 4.2 there to get the remaining measurement. Okay, then I'll put down my same allowance. If you don't understand what I'm saying, you can go ahead and put your measurement on the under bust, then adding back the 2.5 inches we marked on the dart leg. Then you add back your 2 inches same allowance and connect. You do the same thing from the under bust down to the same allowance. Put down your measurement, add back the 2.5 inches that we mark as a dart, then put your same allowance. Now on the bust point, I went up with 2 inches to know my original chest line for my armhole line. Then this upper part, I have 5.5 inches. On fold is going to be 11 inches. I'll be adding extra 3 inches to it to make it 14. 14 divided by 2 is going to be 7 inches. So I'll place my tape this way to mark out my 7 inches. You can see the way I mark it, bringing the 7 inches to the other dart line. Okay, I took the measurement the way I took the under bust measurement as well. Now on the chest line, I will connect it to the 7 inches I marked. Now coming to the neck depth measurement, the style that I'm working with does not have any neck depth shape. So I'm going to go ahead and place my tape, subtracting the 5 inches. Here you can go down by 7 or 8 or 6 to make any neckline of your choice, like sweethearts, so many different neckline of your choice. So I'm going to mark half an inch here because neckline I'm working with does not have any neck style. So I'm just going to come down with half an inch and curve it to the that leg. I'm trying to like place the tape and the ruler very well to connect. So this is it. So what is left for me right now is to just cut it out. But before cutting it out, after cutting it out, I'm going to place this paper on my fabric to cut the back. I'll be using the front to cut the back. I have folded the fabric into two, placing the paper on the fabric, leaving allowance for the zipper. This is the allowance for the zipper, and I'm going to come down on the waistline to mark half an inch for the zip tightening. So you can leave about 1.5 inches for zipper allowance or 2 inches depending. Okay, so I'm trying to get the my nipple to nipple measurement and mark it on the fabric, because I'll be putting our normal dart line for the back. Now the back neckline is going to be 7 inches, so I'll be placing my tape, subtracting the 5 inches to get the 7 inches for the back depth, for the back neckline, sorry. Now I'm going to go ahead and mark out some lines. I am marking out the armhole line, that is the chest line, and the nipple to nipple line on the fabric, that is on the down part, because this back is going to have our normal straight dart line. After marking it out, I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. I'm trying to shape and mark where the every lines end. Then I'll remove the paper and cut that excess out. This is my zipper tightening shape. I'll notch the dart leg on the down part. Now this is the neck line. I'm going to connect this neckline straight to the armhole line. All right, and note that this on the front is 1 inch longer than the back, so I shortened this back with 1 inch. Okay, I went up with 1 inch when I was cutting it and did that 1 inch on the down part. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the zip tightening, like opening the back, then cut the neckline. So this is it. I'm trying to shape it a little. This back, I'll be adding a straight back on, or a straight dart on this back, so I'll be marking my bust point, knowing where my bust started on the back. It's 11. Then from that place I will get my bust span. Then I've already marked out the bust span. That is where I'm going to be sewing my dart line. Okay, so this is the back and here is how it looks like. I am done with the back. The next thing is to work on the front. Coming to the front, I'll be cutting out this dart leg. So here is how to cut it open. With your pepper scissors, you cut it like this. Just watch how I am cutting it out. There are different ways of cutting and off the shoulder. This is just the simplest way. This is just the simplest and understandable way to do this, guys. So we are almost coming to the end of this tutorial. So after cutting it, I'm going to place it on the fabric and cut it out the way I cut the back. You can see it's very easy to draft. If you don't know how to join this up or how to add a padding to it, please watch it here on this channel. You can go ahead and watch it and understand very well. Okay, so I'm going to label it bust, under bust, waist, so that there will be no confusion while cutting it. Just place it on your material and cut it out, and that is what I'm going to do right now. So I have folded the front. This is the center front. I folded it into two. The fabric is on fold. I'll place it and cut. Please, while cutting, make sure that you add a little half an inch for joining. I have added enough allowance to this. That is why I will not be adding any allowance on the side. On the side part, if you did not add allowance why you are marking your nipple to nipple, please add half an inch on the fabric while cutting. Okay, so that you can be able to join it, and make sure you notch your bust, under bust. All right, so that there will be no confusion, please. So I'm done cutting it. You can see the front and the two side. I will notch the bust point on the side. So this is it, guys. We have come to the end of this tutorial. So just do it this way and it's going to come out very well for you. All right, go ahead and cut your lining, your bustier, everything. And here is the final look of this tutorial. You can see how beautiful this is looking. The down part is a gather. All right, so thank you guys for watching and see you on the next tutorial. Bye.